squirrels, pigeons. It's not a tree. Hey everyone, this is Andy from Singletrack magazine, and today we're going to do an unboxing of a Wiral Lite. This is like a Kickstarter project which was released, I think, last year, and we backed it, and we've just received our Wiral Lite through the post. You can see we've got a few different boxes here. We'll take a look at what's inside each one in a second. But first of all, let's take a look at this main package here. So I'll get my knife out. I'm not sure what's in this box, but I've got a fair idea what's in here. Just open this up. So this little Worrell Light system comes in, feels like a rubberized finished carry case. So, you know, it feels like it might be weatherproof, so you can take it out into the jungle or just into the park and you don't have to worry about it getting too wet. So yeah, that's the case that it comes in. It's got a little carry handle there, Worrell Light written on the front. It's got a flat back, so you don't have to worry about it wobbling around on the floor and rolling away from you. If we just open it up, we can see what's inside. So in the Worrell Light packaging, in the carry case, we've got a few little documents. We've got a piece of information telling us to use genuine firmware, how to get firmware updates. We've got a little thank you letter from the guys at Worrell for backing their project. And we've got the instruction manual, which is really thin, and you know, there isn't much there to go at really, because it should be quite a really simple product to use. Also in here, so this is the basic kit that you could buy for it's currently £265, it's usually 303, and in that you get this 50-meter quick reel of rope. So apparently this is a super easy system of getting your rope from tree to tree. They reckon that you could set this up in just 3 minutes. So I'm not going to try it now, but we will try it in the forest to let you know if that's the case. We've also ordered an extra 100 meters too, so we can run it between trees that are further apart. We've got this securing fastener that I'm not sure what it does. We've got a remote control for controlling the Wiral Light itself, which has this little speed dial. Apparently this will do 28 miles an hour. So that's pretty scary, to be honest, but it's also going to be really cool once we mount a camera to it. And on here we've got a few different modes, a few different functions, sorry. We've got these buttons on either side of the control, and they're to set the end of the line. So we can tell the Wiral Light where the end of the line is. So even if we zap this up to 28 miles an hour, when it gets to the end, it'll automatically turn off. It's not going to keep buzzing and burn the motor out. We've got this mode button, which will turn it from standard mode, which is basically forwards, backwards, to a time-lapse mode, which will you know, allow you to do cool time lapses. And we've got a few LED indicators at the bottom for telling us how much power we've got left, what speed we're going, and other details. And this takes a battery, just a regular battery, so you don't need to worry about charging it up. Also in the kit, we've got this little ball-jointed camera mount. Now, although the bottom of the Worrell Light does have this thread at the bottom, which is the right size for not a GoPro, for a regular size camera, or you know, it's the same thread as a tripod mount. Worrell Light say don't use your camera directly on the bottom. I'm not entirely sure why, but they say you can't do that. You've got to use this little attachment. So this goes onto the bottom of the Worrell Light. You put your camera on here, your Insta360 1X will go straight on there without any extra mounts. And because it's a ball joint, you can adjust it around a little bit to get some different angles. So that's in the kit too. We've got these little stops. These are stops for the end of the rope. So either end, one at each end of the tree. And I guess the Worrell Light bumps into those once it gets to the end, so it's not whacking into trees and squirrels. And then we've got the Worrell Light itself, which is this piece of kit. We'll go on to the Worrell Light itself. So this is basically a sophisticated motor with a remote control system inside, you know, activated by this little handheld remote. Basically, the idea is you attach you attach this rope to either a tree or a lamppost, or you know, someone who's asleep, and then you attach the other end to something else, and then this little machine will zip from one end to the other with a camera mounted to the bottom. So as you can see, it folds up. So that's in its folded position, obviously. So you can pack it away nice and easily. And when it's unfolded, that's it. That's almost ready to rock. The rope will go in here in these little grooves, and across the top there, where there's a motor that runs along and drives the Worrell Light from one end of your rope to the other. It has a rechargeable battery built in, so you do get an external battery charger with the set, and this battery will last around 3 hours, so it will actually outlast your camera more than likely. So as I've already mentioned, Wiral say you have to use this little ball joint on the bottom of your Worrell Light. You can't just mount your camera on there, although that is the correct thread. For some reason you can't do that. You've got to use this. And interestingly, in the packaging, there's a little note that comes with these, and it says because these are early production models, you know, it being a Kickstarter and everything, when you receive this, you're meant to put this on, tighten it up as tightly as possible, yeah, and remove it, and then do that 5 times. Just, I don't know why, it just mentions you've got to do that. So I don't know if they're worried that the threads aren't tight enough on some of them, or if there's a stripping problem, but this one feels like it's pretty good. It's nice and solid. The camera's not going to go anywhere. And once that's on, you can adjust that to where you want it, the little ball joint, tighten that lever up, whack your camera on there, and this will carry 1.5 kilograms of weight. So you could get your GoPro on there if you have an adapter. You could put your 360 camera on there. You could put a small SLR on there as well. Anything that weighs below 1.5 kilograms will go on here, and then zip from tree to tree at 28 miles an hour, which sounds fantastic fun. So yeah, we're going to, obviously we're going to try this out. We're going to take it out into the forest. We're going to take it out into the town. We're going to scare some pedestrians and some pigeons and get some cool video with it. So watch out for that. If you do have any questions, please let us know in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them as soon as we can. Thank you very much. Is that it?